In this video, I'm just going to go over one thing that will drastically improve your outreach in general. Like, for a long time, I struggled with outreach, getting positive replies, booking appointments, the whole shebang with essentially with anything cold outreach. I did cold email, I tried cold DMing for ages and ages, and essentially nothing worked. And the biggest thing that actually changed my results for outreach to the point where I went from booking nothing to I've booked around 60 appointments in the last 2 months. Really not that special, but obviously much better than where I was before, is following up. And this is a huge thing, and especially for cold traffic, following up is the single biggest, most important thing, because obviously your script is important and volume is important, but I find most of my replies, for example, when I call DM, come at follow up 3, 4, 5, 6. Yesterday I booked a call on my 8th follow up, and I'm gonna have that call very soon. And another example, I had a sales call once at the end of December last year, and nothing happened for a month. I followed up in January, and I ended up getting that client because I followed up after I had a call with them. And essentially, for whenever you first outreach to someone, and to when you've had a sales call with them, you haven't closed them, you just need to follow up with them forever until they want to buy from you or want to hop on a call with you, or they tell you to piss off. And I never really realized why this works so well until I read this book, which one of the principles in this book, this is Influence Psychology of Persuasion, really good book, you should probably read it. But besides the point, one principle in that book is called the commitment and consistency bias. And when I read that, I realized why following up works so well. And it's because you're being consistent, and essentially it's this nagging thing where people, they start to trust you more the more you do the same thing of what you're doing. And that's the same with follow-ups. You become more familiar with them, the more you follow up, and they show the whole familiarity things, so they're going to trust you more. It really just works insane, and it's totally unconscious thing that people just do when it comes to outreach and acquisition and booking calls and stuff. So it's just a huge thing. And obviously your scripting is important. You want to have unique positioning, you want to offer your service well, and you want to stand out from the crowded market. And obviously if you're doing DMs, you need a shit ton of volume nowadays, but you've got automations for that, and so there's easy workarounds when it comes to that. But yeah, literally, if there's one lesson I've learned throughout this last couple of months, is following up is literally 10 times your results with cold outreach. And that's kind of a timeless thing. It doesn't matter what AI comes onto the market, there's all these AI appointment setters and stuff, and all this other AI stuff for lead enrichment. But when it comes to actually following up with people, whether you use AI for it or not, you can automate it. But following up bumps up your KPIs 10 times, to the point where you'll be booking calls, you'll be closing people that you couldn't close, they didn't trust you. You keep following up. If you don't close someone, you should follow up with them once every month, sending them a literal loom. I did this literally the other day, and I think I'm gonna have a deal closing from it very soon. But because the lead seems really positive about it, but even if it doesn't matter, because I'll just keep following up. And you follow up with essentially a personalized loom showing some results you've gotten for someone else, how you can help them, clearing anything up that happened on the sales call. And then same goes for in the DMs or for cold email when you're appointment booking. Obviously cold calling is kind of a bit different, but with cold DMing, cold emailing, consistently following up until someone genuinely tells you to piss off. And sometimes it's hard to do that, but you just got to do it. And yeah, that's the one big takeaway I've learned for the last couple of months in terms of the biggest needle mover for cold outreach.